Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I created this look using the new Urban Decay Cherry collection. First of all, this palette is absolutely stunning. The packaging is so cute. Urban Decay always kills their packaging, but this guy has little cherries in the background, and when you open up the palette, there are 7 matte shades, 5 shimmer shades, and 12 shades altogether, which I think that is a great matte to shimmer ratio, especially for Urban Decay, because sometimes they can have more shimmer shades compared to mattes, and I like to have more matte shades compared to shimmers. And I also received the 3 lipsticks that they came out. I'm only going to be showing you guys one because the other 2 are their metallized formula, and that's not my favorite formula personally. And then they came out with 2 eyeliners, and Urban Decay did send me this in PR, which I'm so thankful, so thank you, Urban Decay. And yeah, so without further babbling, let's just get into the eye look. So I'm first going to be taking the shade Hot Spot, which is the lightest shade in the palette, and I'm going to set my brow bone with that. I primed my eyes with the Urban Decay primer potion, and I'm just doing this so it'll be easier to blend out our transition shade. For the first shade, I'm going to be using the shade Feels right here, which is a more mauvey pink. And I'm going to be putting that in the crease. This will help us blend the darker shades that we're going to add later on and make a seamless blend throughout the whole look. And I'm doing window wiping motions and little circles just to really diffuse it. Next, on this Smith 256 brush, which is like a big placement brush, I'm going to be taking the shade Devilish, which is this nice reddish purplish shade. It's a nice berry, a nice cherry shade. And I'm going to be patting that on to the lid, kind of getting all the pigmentation on there, and then I'm going to be blending it out. Just had to quickly stop filming. There's some guys working here fixing our hot water tank, so they're making a lot of noise. Rude. So now I'm going to be taking the shade Bing, Chandler Bing. I'm going to place him right in between those 2. Oh gosh, please. How rude that you're working. I'm going to be just blending those 2 together, kind of closing up that sandwich we made, those 2 shades. And I'm going to pack some more of that Devilish shade on. I'm going to go in again with Feels and just kind of blend those edges once again. Just going to clean up that edge with my beauty blender. I'm going to go in the same angle as my waterline. Okay, now that we have that down, I'm going to be taking the eyeliner that came with this collection called Love Drug, which it has some sparkle in it, but it is still that very toned. And I'm going to be, how am I going to do this? I need the mirror so close to my face for this, because I'm so blind. And I'm going to be lining my waterline. This, and then I'm also going to take that into the lower lash line here. And I'm going to blend that out with the brush that came in the cherry palette. Working kind of quick because I don't want this to set. With this Smith, I don't know what it is, it's scratched off. I'll link it down below. But I'll take this Bing shade again and just sweep that across the whole lower lash line where we placed that liner shade, and winging that out, flicking it outwards. Now I'm going to take the darkest shade that's in this palette called Privacy here, and I'm going to focus this more on the outer corner, in the outer V area. So I'm starting at the bottom, kind of flicking it out, making that shape and connecting it into the crease. And then stamping some of that shade directly on the outer corner. Just because I want this to be extra deep and smoky, I'm going to take a black shade. You can use any one you have on hand. And I'm going to be using the brush that comes in the palette, the small side. And I'm going to place some of this black directly starting right on the outermost corner of the eye here, and then bring it up exactly where we placed that Privacy shade. And I know that looks a little crazy right now, but I'm going to be taking the Devilish shade again and blending the black out with that shade, just to make it seem like a deeper shade of Devilish. Now I'm just going to be focusing on blending that out with the Devilish and maybe a little bit of Bing. This is just Devilish right now. You do not have to use the black like I did, you can just leave it at the Privacy shade, but I just wanted it to be the most today. And to blend this out, I'm using the Untitled A25, by the way, one of my favorites. Now I'm just like kind of hopping back and forth between all the brushes I used, whoopsies, and just trying to blend as much of this black out. Just gonna clean it up a little bit with my beauty blender that has a little bit of excess concealer, kind of just sharpening up the look. I was gonna leave this look all matte, but I feel like I should throw on a shimmer just for funsies, and I think I'm leaning towards this shade Young Love here. I'm taking this Smith 253 brush, which is a smaller version of this brush that I applied the Devilish shade. So I'm gonna just spritz that with a little Fix Plus and just pick up that Young Love shade. And I'm gonna start at the lowest point. I'm gonna start near my lash line and work up kind of. I'm gonna start blending that out slightly once I have that down. Tone, it's really pretty. I like this formula. It's their cream formulation. It's very hydrating, and I feel like for a dark color it makes my lips look bigger, because sometimes dark colors can make your lips look smaller, but I don't feel that because it has that shine, that glossy shine. But I think it might be a little bit too dark with this look. It's maybe a little more vampy than I was going for today, but for the rest of the video I'll just wear it because it's fun. I feel very badass. I like how monochromatic, why can't I talk today? Monochromatic with my shirt and everything. For my final thoughts on this collection, I didn't get the little face palette that came in this collection or the cherry scented all-nighter spray, but for the palette, I think it is gorgeous in person. When I first saw it online, I was a little bit underwhelmed by it, but now that I have it in person and how I saw how it worked, how it performed on my eyes, I think it is gorgeous. These berry tones will flatter any eye color. They'll make them all pop. They'll be gorgeous on brown, blue, green, all of them. These will definitely make your eyes pop, and I think they're gorgeous shades. I do wish that they had added maybe a bright red. I feel like that'd be so killer. And I do wish that maybe this shade was a little bit darker. Or maybe this, yeah, I wish that there was just a deeper shade. And for the lips, I do not like their metallized formulation, but this cream formulation is gorgeous and this color is really nice. It's not streaky or patchy at all. And it's very hydrating, like I feel like it's not even there. So this collection was a win in my eyes. Yeah, like the palette is definitely one of my favorite naked palettes that they've come out with. It might even replace the love I have for the Heat palette, because I just love baritones on my eyes. They're some of my go-to. And that's it for me, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any recommendations on what you would like to see next, please leave them down below. Also, if you've been watching any awesome shows on Netflix lately, please comment them, because I just finished Ozark like a week ago, and that void is still empty, and my heart is still so sad that I can't watch it anymore. It was such a good show. If you haven't watched it yet, you should, because I don't know, Jason Bateman kills everything he's ever in. I just love that man so much. Anyways, but that's all for now. Bye.